Right. Okay. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. So today we're going to look at on the second types of IBS, which is type 2 reusable formwork system. So basically we have done the type 1 precast concrete panel last week. So the second type is basically it is to form panel and also the building components like beam and column, yeah. But then in this case reusable formwork system, you're going to do the concreting on site compared to the precast concrete system. You can do it in two method, one off-site and another one is on-site. So jadi for the type 2 reusable formwork system, most of the time you are using on-site, but then you replacing the traditional formwork system. That's the different. All right, we replacing the traditional formwork system. Ada joining. Ada lagi dah masuk. Right. Okay, so now let's look at on so this is the basically the content. Okay, I try to go very fast and apa ni lah to complete the topic today, so that if you have a time you can join the webinar. If not, anyone yang join parallel. Okay, so now let's look at on the application, the reusable formwork system, which is you have two types, wall and tunnel formwork, and example of the method statement and the advantage. All right, so this is this types of IBS is considered as a systematic and mechanized method. So is meaning it reduce the task on site, especially for the concreting using formwork and also formwork system. All right, so it is cast in situ, but then it is change the process into industrialized and manufactured on site by using the mechanized system. Mechanized system means that the formwork itself. So you make it mechanized rather than the traditional method, which is you have to fix one by one. One by one meaning you need to do of course you need to have the support system like scaffolding and strutting and soffit and also bracing the formwork system. All right, okay, so in these types of formwork system means you change from traditional into mechanized system, and it is allow very rapid process, or the construction process. You can reduce or you can speed up the process, right? Okay, we're going to look at later how the formwork system can speed up the traditional process, right? Okay, and so the application is basically in terms of function, means in terms of less flexibility in terms of the design. So meaning that the design of a building will be very modular or standard in terms of the form, because by using the formwork system, means that you need to have a similar and repetitions number of design. So in by practice that, or by having the design that similar and repetition numbers of quantity of design, meaning you can reduce in terms of the construction cost in a way. So we're going to look at on how it reduced the construction cost. And in terms of modification, of course, still have room to do renovation or modification compared to the precast concrete system. This is formwork system, meaning you are using the same process like reinforcement, pouring concrete on site, all right. And compared to the precast, you have the complete set of component and install on site. Okay, but this one you cast in situ on site. All right, so this is what I mentioned, that the design that economic to apply or to use formwork system is a building that have a similar, modular, and high number of repetition design. So such as like tall building like a hotel, hostel, flats, apartment, even school that have similar design, repetitions of design, then it is economic to use the formwork system. Okay, and of course it is most of the time for low cost flat or apartment are using formwork system, and even designer also, or the engineer and architects also accept this kind of method. And even somehow prestigious or apartment like condominium or hotel also can able to use formwork system, reusable. So basically the main idea is to reuse the formwork. Even though the traditional method, you still can reuse the formwork, but it can't stay long. So meaning that you use in terms like 2 to 3 4 times, and the soffit or the plywoods of that formwork might be deteriorate and might be have a defect, and it will cause construction defect to the component. So that's why you need to have a very steady and strong formwork system, and you can use 1,000 times to use that formwork system. So that's why it is very economic to have a high number of repetition or component like wall, floor. So if that's so, then only it is economic to do the formwork system. If not, it will be costly, because it is not cheap to build the steel formwork system. So basically, formwork system in this case, you have like steel, plastic, and very heavy duty materials. So compared to the traditional one, the plywood or the timber one, so it is very very costly. So that's why you have to make decision in terms of what kind of building is it economic to use the formwork system. But then most of the building, high-rise building, I can say that most of system nowadays, they are using the formwork system, because it can reduce much on the costing. Okay, so in this case, of course, tadi I already mentioned, you need to use the standard and modularized. Modularized wall system means it's similar, the sizing, from level 1 until the top one. All right, and two types of formwork popular that under formwork system. You have a wall formwork and tunnel formwork. So only two types of formwork. Okay, so this is wall formwork. Okay, wall formwork, it is to concreting for wall, for wall, and also after that, the wall hardened, and only the concreting of slab can be continue then. Okay, so this is types of steel formwork for wall. Okay, so you use steel formwork sheeting. Okay, sheeting. So these are the types of detail of steel formwork. If you can look at the form, the green one, so it is more similar to the traditional timber formwork. But then, as I mentioned, timber formwork it can't stay last. So you use like 2 to 4, 5 times, it's already you're going to have a defect on the formwork itself. So when you have a defect on your formwork, it affect your concrete surfaces. So that's very important to have a strong and steady formwork. All right. So if you look at the types of or the method of formwork system, still you need to have the sheeting, okay, and also the brace. Yeah. So if you look at here, the brace to to make sure the stability of that formwork. Okay, so if you look at here, you have a concrete floor slab and you have a wall. All right, so this is example of steel formwork for wall. Okay, all right, so this is the edge of the formwork, which is the L shape. So this is L shape, which is to form the corner of your wall and also the corner of the column, for instance. So right, okay. So now this is prop. Okay, prop. This is to support the formwork sheeting. Sheeting means yang dinding tadi lah, yang sekeping tadi. That is the sheeting. We call it sheeting. Okay, so this is wall sheeting yang orange, the orange one. Okay, so this is the prop apa dia punya strut ataupun propping, the formwork sheeting prop. Alright, okay, so this is the how it look like, traditional one. So the traditional one, if you look at here, most likely like a traditional one, but then for the steel, you can use so many times. So that is to reduce costs of using timber. And also, if you have a curve wall, also can be done. So by using the steam formwork. Okay, so like this, you have a curve wall. Okay, so means it cut or it design into a small sizes so that it can form the curve of curve wall, right? So these are the detailing. Okay, next you have the tunnel formwork. Can I share the video? I try whether if you can hear. Hold on. Hold on. Let's look at how it looks like the steel formwork. I mean, sorry, the wall formwork. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that is boleh dengar tadi video tu clear?
Tak boleh dengar doktor.
Tak
Oh, tak
boleh
boleh
video
dengar.
ada.
Tak
Oh,
boleh
ya
so.
ke? Tapi gambar nampak?
Nampak.
Nampak je, nampak.
Nampak tapi tak dengar
Gambar
dia punya, tak
Mhm.
dengar ni tak dengar audio. Oh, alright,
Ya.
alright. Okay. Kenapa tak cakap tadi? Tak apa, lepas ni tak dengar saya bercakap lah macam tu. Tapi boleh nampak macam mana cara dia pasang the formwork system. Okay, so most likely macam traditional method, betul tak? I mean cara dia susun is most likely like traditional, which is you have to do sheeting, you have to do prop, but then formwork for IBS steel formwork ni much more better in terms of the stability, in terms of the strength of the formwork itself, lebih stabil compare to the traditional formwork that using timber. Alright, okay, saya rasa sepatutnya saya share sekali yang komputer audio sama nanti sekejap patut saya share video tadi. Okay, tak apa, it's okay, but then later on nanti saya try yang share video punya. Okay, so now we go to the tunnel formwork. Okay, apa beza tunnel formwork ni? Apa beza tunnel formwork dengan wall formwork tadi? Kalau tunnel formwork, kalau wall formwork, you can see that they fix one panel by one panel. Betul? Satu panel kiri, kanan. Betul? Dia buat one panel. But then for tunnel formwork, they make it the formwork cast simultaneously. So maksudnya wall slab dia boleh cast sekali jalan. So that's why it called as a tunnel, because when you have wall dengan slab combine together, it form tunnel. It can form tunnel. So that's why it is labeled as a tunnel formwork. So wall and slab cast simultaneously. Alright, so these are the tunnel formwork. Okay, so this how it looks. Saya try lagi share kejap lagi video. Kalau tak boleh dengar, let me know. Okay, so this how it looks like. Kalau tadi wall formwork, you have one piece of floor slab, one piece of wall. Okay, but this one dia buat combine wall dengan slab. So the sizes of the formwork much more bigger, and also in terms of process much more faster, in terms of construction process. Okay, so these are the climbing formwork. Okay, so climbing formwork means that formwork ni dia bergerak ke atas. Dia bergerak means it goes together with the high, the building high. The higher building, the formwork will follow the level of wall. Meaning that it is can be used to do construction for tower, much more easier, because you have this climbing formwork, and also you may reduce in terms of tower crane, tower crane usage. Kalau if you look at macam wall formwork dengan tunnel formwork tadi, you required to have a crane. Sebab awak nak angkat that panel tu, one panel tadi you kena gunakan crane sebab dia formwork dia daripada besi. But this one untuk climbing formwork, you may reduce the number of crane to use. So sebab apa, dia boleh naik together with the strength, with the height of the building. So, and also you have aluminium formwork. Okay, so instead of using steel, you have aluminium, and this aluminium formwork much more flexible, much more lightweight compared to steel. So it can be used repetitively about 300 times. 300 times. So it can be constructed a building at 4 to 5 days per floor. So this is compared to the traditional method 10 to 15 days. So kalau having this formwork system, it can reduce the construction period. Okay. So this is an example of aluminium formwork system. Okay, so this formwork system. Okay, so this is the detail of formwork. So you ada panel, a wall panel ataupun another reference, another terms, sheeting. Sheeting. It can call as a sheeting. Kicker panel. Okay, kicker panel ni is basically to adjust the stability and also the verticality as well. Dia nak adjust dia punya ketinggian dengan dia punya leveling. Leveling. So you have a wall tie. Wall tie, of course, you need to tie up two formwork. Two formwork, inner and outer side. Inner and outer side. So you have to get wall tie, the formwork tie, and you have an internal corner dengan external corner. So that is the detail of the formwork. Okay, so this is a suspended formwork system. Okay, so this is the process of formwork. First step you need to do setting out and marking, and do laying BRC to wall and fix the wall. Okay, and installations of services and fixing the slab, deck slab, and also laying of BRC, and if you to install MNE, MNE, and laying the top layer of BRC. Okay, BRC means you have 2 layers of BRC. So in between the BRC, you put any services conduit that require. So that's why step 6 you are the MNE contractor. Then fixing the formwork and concrete casting. Then once the concrete hardened, then dismantle of concrete. Okay, let's try to view another video. Kalau tak boleh dengar, let me know. Let me know. Sekejap ya. Jangan diam je, nanti saya tak tahu awak dengar ke tak. Tunnel formwork. Dengar?
Dengar.
Dengar doktor.
Dengar. Alright, okay, good. Saya yang silap tadi. Silap teknik. Okay, so that is tunnel formwork. Tunnel formwork. Sekejap ya, saya share lagi satu climbing climbing formwork. Okay. Sebab kalau saya explain nanti awak tak nampak, biar awak tengok video ni, then you can get the idea. Okay. So jadi kalau awak tengok the tower crane, the climbing formwork system tadi, dia sesuai untuk sesuai untuk constructions of tower. Construction of tower. Sekejap, mana dia tadi? Mana saya punya slide? Okay, so now we continue back with our lecture tadi, which is yang this one. So this one, the process of formwork system. Okay. Dia tutup pula saja je. Sorry. Tertekan. Okay. Alright. So that is two types of formwork yang kita tengok tadi, which is the normal formwork system, the normal formwork system. Then you ada tunnel formwork. Okay, kalau normal, I mean the wall formwork system. They do wall panel by panel, left and right, front and back, But then kalau for tunnel formwork, it combines, it can combine for wall and slab, so it can do the concreting simultaneously, like the video just now you watch the video kan, dia buat wall tingkat bawah dan dia terus buat floor slab untuk tingkat yang atas. So jadi the works is much more faster. Kalau macam wall panel formwork for wall tadi, means you have to complete do the wall, then you continue with floor slab, then wall. Tapi tunnel form system, they use that. And the next one kita ada climbing formwork. Okay, climbing formwork ni biasa untuk bangunan yang tinggi, high rise building yang sesuai menggunakan climbing formwork, because it can reduce in terms of the support system. It can reduce in terms of that. Example, building that using the climbing formwork ni adalah bangunan yang now we have the tallest building in Malaysia. Bangunan apa? Not anymore KLCC kan? KLCC pun dah kalah. Bangunan apa? Bangunan apa? Bangunan yang terbaru. Menara?
TRX.
Menara apa tak?
Menara apa? Exchange.
Menara apa tak dengar?
TRX.
TRX yang that building yang dekat apa, menara PNB kan, betul? That is you going to learn dalam another topic lah, high rise building dengan siapa? Cik Reza. But then that building they use the climbing system. If you look at the climbing system, climbing system for the formwork here. Okay, tengok. Okay, climbing system. If you look at the first layer yang the constructions of the fix of the formwork, climbing formwork, yang the first one they do a normal using the wall system, but then after you start the first wall, they fix with the point to support support point for the climbing, for the formwork. So that is the process. So once you have that point, sama juga bila awak naik ke atas, naik the next layer, dia akan fix point to support or to park this point, this climbing forward system. So yang dekat menara TRX tu, they use that. They use this kind of system. Okay, so now the next one tadi saya mention another types of formwork is aluminium. Okay, if compare the steel formwork dengan aluminium formwork much more lighter, much more lighter. Okay, so these are the details. Okay, and then you ada plastic formwork system. So plastic formwork system also another new evolutions of formwork system. So this is basically because of the industry try to reduce in terms of dependence on the steel, so they come up with the plastic formwork system. So it is easy to clean, very lightweight, and suitable for the large construction. Okay, easy to install and dismantle, and can stay in extreme temperature tolerant as well and very durable. So these are the advantage of a plastic formwork system. And basically, formwork system in any types of in the IBS, you require to have a very high investment. So that's why I mentioned, if you decide to use formwork system, you have to look at in terms of the design of your building. Is it reputation? You have a high repetitive of design, and the best is to use modular design or modular size of design, so that the formwork is easy to erect for the next level. And of course, by use the formwork system, you have zero scrap value in terms of wastage. So you reduce the wastage on site, and not fixed for all any this is meaning that the formwork, if you decide to use formwork system, it is flexible. Meaning it's flexible to use any types of panel, because it can adapt with the different types of formwork system. Okay, so these are some of the limitations. Okay, so these are the detailing for the formwork system. Okay, in any types of formwork system, you can see that they use uh, apa yang tadi kalau awak tengok, they use the like bowl and nuts, konsep dia to make sure that this all formwork, especially between the between panel is very close enough to ensure that there is no any concrete leaking during the concreting work, and also to avoid the the concrete being overflow in the formwork. And also in terms of if you use any vibration to make sure you can reduce the pores ataupun air bubble in the concrete, so the vibrator will not damage the formwork itself. So that's why you can see that the jointing to ensure ataupun the connecting pin for every each types or every each panel must be very tight enough. So that is the connections. Okay, so repeat the process. So that's why it is economic if you use for high repetitions of design. If not, you have to change or to use different size of formwork, so that will cost more extra. Okay, so these are types of formwork system for plastic tray. Okay, so this is example or the method statement. First, of course, you need to do the setting out. Then you do setting wall. Okay, wall head or kickers yang tadi saya kata, yang bawah ni, yang layer kayu yang paling bawah, and that is to ensure the stability and verticality of your formwork panel. So then spray mold with the oil. Okay, of course you have to spray with the oil to make it easier during the dismantle of the formwork. Installations of the steel formwork. Okay, then the tie rod and also wall spacer if required, and installing others side of steel formwork, yang this one lah. This is basically to support the formwork itself, and also to make it easier for the next level works. So that is the formwork system. So the thyroid and verticality check. Of course, you need to check the verticality, concreting, okay, concreting works, and removal of the formwork. So that is a process you do repetition. So ulang balik, pasang formwork and masukkan reinforcement and concrete and keluarkan panel bila dah concrete is hardened. So that is a process. So meaning that here the number of workers can be reduced because you will not use the carpenter on site. The general worker, you can reduce that workers. So manual labor works can be reduced. And of course, the durations of the construction will be reduced. And it suit for both low and high rise building, and provide accuracy for the cast in situ component. Okay, and of course it's low cost and simplicity in terms of the equipment because you are using the similar equipment as traditional, but then you reduce using number of workers and also the traditional formwork, traditional formwork like the timber, the soffit or the plywood. So you reduce that by having by using the formwork. Alright, okay. Semua okay? Boleh faham? Let me show you another video that using plastic formwork, but then this is not a good a good project to share, but then is simple project which is can give the idea how it looks like for the plastic formwork. So let's wall formwork. So these are using plastic, plastic formwork. Video ni tak ada suara, saya lah yang bercakap lah. Tak ada suara, tak ada bunyi. Okay, so jadi awak tengok this is column stump. So that is a plastic, plastic column stump formwork. Okay, and that is a column. Also they use plastic for the column. Okay, so this is a wall. Use plastic formwork as well. Okay, plastic formwork as well. And so this is a staircase, the staircase flight. Okay, so the flight they use that plastic formwork, then they buat the steps. Okay, so these are the example. Plastic. This is house. Simple one story ke double story house. Double story house. Okay. Of course, that is a beam. They use a plastic formwork. Okay, so plastic formwork. Plastic formwork. That is column. Okay, column. Okay, ni because this is a case study building dekat India. They use the bamboo scaffolding. Bamboo scaffolding. Okay, so that is an example of plastic formwork. Plastic formwork. So plastic formwork much more cheaper compared to the steel or aluminium. So that is one of formwork system. But then in the IBS types of IBS, the tunnel formwork much more faster, and you get the process much more better if compare with all the types of formwork system. Okay, I think that's all untuk formwork system. Any question? Any question that you like to ask? Okay. Boleh faham ke? Yang untuk steel ni, that's one. kita akan buat kita dah buat 2 jenis types of IBS, iaitu precast concrete, precast concrete panel, and hari ini you do the formwork system. Okay, boleh dapat, boleh faham?
Doktor,
Ya.
dekat Malaysia ada guna ke plastik formwork tu?
Ada. Tapi saya tak jumpa lagi dia punya video. Biasanya projek macam saya kata plastik formwork tu kita tak guna untuk projek yang besar. So kalau projek yang even PPR projek pun dia masih lagi gunakan formwork system. Formwork, I mean wall panel system. Dia tak guna tak guna plastik. Tak guna plastik. Tapi memang dah ada, even kalau awak tengok kan kebanyakan mall memang dah banyak dah gunakan plastik. Dah banyak guna plastik. Okay. Sebab steel mahal lah. Steel untuk buat formwork steel tu, the material of the steel itself tu mahal. So that's why people try to find yang economic material for the formwork. But at the moment, most of high-rise building memang kita gunakan tunnel formwork dan juga climbing formwork. That is the most popular formwork yang digunakan sebab lebih cepat dan economic for the high-rise building. Kalau if you look at housing residential dekat Malaysia memang masih lagi menggunakan wall formwork, panel wall tadi, wall panel tadi masih lagi menggunakan yang tu. Nanti saya cari projek yang di Malaysia yang menggunakan plastik formwork. Okay, any question lagi? Anything? Yang the next one, any question? Ada yang tak faham ke ataupun laju ke, tiba-tiba hari ni termengantuk ke apa ke?
Doktor, yang untuk plastic formwork system kan doktor?
Yeah.
Is there a specific kind of plastic that
of
they
course,
use or is it recycled?
No. They use thermoplastic yang very special plastic to use that can stand heat, high temperature sebab because of concrete ni bila you campur dengan air the temperature is high, so that's why the plastic formwork tu is not cheap plastic, is a thermal plastic, plastic which is can stand heat, can stand heat. Sebab kalau dia tak boleh stand heat, what happen? Dia akan bulge, dia akan mengembang. So that's why kalau if you look at the plastic formwork tu, dia punya connector ataupun connecting pin tadi tu, dia punya point banyak sebab to avoid that plastic expand because of the high heat from the concrete. Concrete memang dia punya nature dia produce heat, sebab masa proses of pozzolanic tu, concrete tu memang dia akan produce heat. So that's why like I mentioned, dekat Malaysia masih lagi stick to the wall steel ataupun wall formwork and tunnel formwork, sebab dia lebih tahan. But then again you have to look at the number of building or design of that building yang menggunakan formwork tu berapa banyak. Kalau katakan awak nak buat setakat rumah berapa unit, mungkin rugilah kan, because you have to invest to custom make ataupun to custom design of that steel formwork. That's why memang timber formwork will be economic if you have a small small project ataupun small unit of house to build. But then for a mega project, of course, they invest in terms of a good formwork system. Okay. Anyone? Any question boleh clear? I think formwork tu more or less like traditional method, but then it still considered as the IBS system because of the mechanized process. Kan kalau tengok kenapa kata IBS, but then ada juga cast in situ. Tapi cast in situ mean here for the formwork system because of the method, construction method, mechanized construction method. So that's why it labeled as a IBS system, IBS type. Okay, boleh clear kat situ? Clear? Alright. Okay, clear. So the next one, next one ni kita buat next week. Okay, kita buat next week. Saya try to compress the steel framing system dengan timber. If I could, untuk yang ni, yang untuk next one, that is next week lah. Okay, yang untuk hari ni I have to finish at 3 o'clock. The next one kita sambung minggu depan, boleh? Okay, are you okay?
Okay.
Okay, boleh Alright. Again nanti video yang saya share tadi ni saya akan share dalam dalam near future and